Good day to all of you, my name is Carl from the Trade community, and today I will be doing the weekly forecast for you guys. In this week's forecast we will be going over Bitcoin, APE, Waves, NEAR and DOGE. So sit back and relax and enjoy the show. So to start off with Bitcoin and looking at what Bitcoin is actually doing, we are attempting to achieve this bottom side 10SK, and as you see yourself, they're trying to reject it as well. Now, one thing I really don't want Bitcoin to do is reject over here, come back down, and then lose this block again. Because we have already tested this topside block, I'm not really into looking for longs there again. I'm actually more into looking for longs in a different area. Sorry for that sound, that was my PT on my terminal. Anyway, so what I'm looking for now is I've actually been accumulating some shorts here. If they do come back down, I am actually expecting them to come to the bottom of this failure right here, and maybe try and hold over there. That's something I would look for. Now let's go over to the lower time frame and let's actually see what's happening over there and what I want them to do in the bigger scheme of things. So as you can see, this level that we have pointed out all the way on our last forecast has been actually been of a great use, right? Because we've achieved it. Now we are trying to regain it, but we are failing. How long will we fail? Well, we will fail until they can finally get above this, hold it, and use the previous resistance line as support. And then I do believe we will go a lot higher into the 48.6s. So that would be my bullish case scenario. I'll probably wait for some kind of play like this where we do achieve it and then look for longs. You will get a lot of options for longs. However, this one was one I wanted to play as well, but didn't sadly enough get the chance to do so. So this will probably be my main play on Bitcoin. Of course, there's still another play that we can look out for, and that's coming back down all the way to 45Ks. But I would only play this on a lower time frame. So come back down there, have an alert pop, and then see what the projection is like over there. Shorts, they've actually given us quite a lot of shorts, and for that reason, yeah, I'm kind of short. I haven't really gotten another long. I'm still long from here, so I'm just waiting, hedging up, and seeing what will happen. But my targets for longs are 48.6s, and then if we do come back down, I am looking for 42s. Now please remember what I said about 42s. If we do go to 42s, be careful, because if we can't re-achieve the midpoint, we're probably going all the way down to 36.9, because we have to, well, we don't have to make a new low, but that's the probability. So this is what I'm looking out for Bitcoin for this week. Let's head over. For our next pair, we have APE USDT. Looking at APE USDT, what have we actually been doing? The main pivot point that I was interested in myself was actually this one, so 12.71. This was the last area that created, well, this was the origin of the move that created this up move, and for that reason, if you keep on rejecting it, you will of course be breaking it, and then you will be going to the move that created that origin, which is this one. Now, what you want to do now is obviously obvious, is you first want to re-achieve the bottom of this block right here. So if you're bullish on APE, you want them to first re-achieve 12.4, come back, hold the higher low, and then try to re-achieve the level we lost. After that, it could be that we get a bigger retrace again, but I hold higher low and then move to the upside. If we don't do something like this, what I'm then looking out for is actually I'm going to look out for this whole block. In my opinion, this will be an interesting block to look for longs. Let's say that Bitcoin goes all the way to the bottom of the failure, then I believe that APE will be around here. So 10.5 is where I will really like to look for longs on APE. What would my target be? The target would be the same, would be this, because that's the whole midpoint of this whole range. And if we can then later on re-achieve this, we're in for a higher low on the bigger time frame, and then we could go for new all-time highs, or at least 14.4. But first things first, right? Let's first see if we can get to 10.5 or if they will re-achieve 12.7. And that's kind of my outlook for APE. So let's head over to the next one. Our next pair, we have Waves USDT, and oh boy, is this a beauty, because this thing has been flying like a rock star. But of course, like all nice things come to an end eventually. Ooh, that was a hard one to come out. But looking at this, what you're basically looking for here is you're looking for a classic failure hold, right? We have an expansion to the upside, so what you want to hold is you want to hold the failures. If we are able to hold the failures, that would mean that that there's a high probable chance of actually going higher. So waves is for sure on my watch list, because if we can hold this area that I'm interested in for longs, that would mean that we will probably come back up all the way to here to check if this is actually lost or not. Now, if this is lost, what do we get? We get a squeeze, and for that reason I really want to start looking for longs over here, so I can then later on look for easier shorts over there, and then I'm hedged, and then I don't really care anymore. You can still look, because after this you'll probably come back for a higher low because you achieved this one right there, and then something within here got achieved as well, and you get this squeeze. But if you're early into it, you know that they might squeeze. You don't really care that much which direction they go. Yeah, they might sweep, but if you're shorting the first impulses, they will more often than not just sweep these and then do maybe the dump or not. But that's what I'm looking out for on the not so high time frame. Now let's talk about what if they fail here, right? Let's say that they don't hold the higher range, but they're actually coming back down all the way to the bottom range of this. Of course, what you'll then get is a bit more iffy, right? Then you should look for shorts at 38.5s. After looking for shorts at 38.5, I would be looking for a target of 22s, and at the target of 22s, I would then look for for re-longs or hedge longs or whatever. So that's basically my opinion on waves. Let's head over to the next one. For our next pair, we actually have another beauty, NEAR USDT. So looking at NEAR, it actually had a very strong impulse, and what I'm actually looking for this on the higher time frame scale is, of course, this is a very nice higher time frame area to look for shorts. So what I'm kind of looking for is, I'm not really interested in looking for longs right now, but I would be interested in longs in this bottom side direction, because if you flip this chart around, what is this basically? It's basically, an inverted 10SK. We achieved the top side, we came back down all the way to the bottom of it. So what you want to do right now is again hold the top side. So for that reason, that's what I want to hold. Now, do I say that we will go there for sure? No. You also have the midpoint of this range, which should be around we should almost be there. But over there, I would only look for lower time frame entries. I really prefer the bottom for limits and the midpoints for lower time frame entries. So looking at this now, it's not looking too great, is it? Because if we do come back down all the way here, sure, we can hold it, but then I would expect them to reject this. So personally, I would wait for them to at least make a new low, so kind of do a sweep. If they do a sweep right here, I would lower time frame entry this with my targets of this high. Of course, I always like to front run my PT, so I'll probably PT 15.85. Yeah, there. That's what I would do. Now, however, though, if we just reject this, let's say we don't even bounce here, I would be interested in this area though. So then I would look for this one with my first PT being at 14.8, because, well, that's the move to the high. That's what you want to reject in order to shift trend. So that's kind of bearish, I know, but let's say though that we hold the midpoint. If we hold the midpoint, we already tested this, so when we are going up, we'll probably go to all the way here. So then 19.2 would our next target be for longs. And let's say though that we come back down all the way to the bottom, 30.5, we fail here, go to the midpoint, right? You go to the midpoint and you reject, then I would look for 10.9. So I suppose I've given you guys quite a lot of nice zones already for NEAR to go to, and what I have to do in order to do the things I've explained them to do. So hopefully this was helpful. Let's head over to the next one. So for our last pair, we have DOGE USDT, and for DOGE I always like to go to the Bitcoin pair as well. So let me quickly glance at the Bitcoin pair, and let's actually see what this one's doing right here. Okay, so they're sweeping this bottom side wick over there. We're probably still looking for them to come back down in the higher time frame of things to 217. So okay, now knowing that, let's go back to DOGE USDT perp. And it's kind of, you kind of see the same thing happening, right? So we kind of tested the midpoint here. We came back down all the way to the bottom of it. So now you want to try and achieve the top side of it. So what I really don't want DOGE to do personally is start closing below 14.7 cents on the daily. If they close below 14.7 cents on the daily, I'm really looking for big shorts. The main targets for these big shorts will probably be this area right here. So 12.7 would be my area. Main reason being, if we lose this, we have a double sweep of this area. We already swept it before, so then I would just look for retest rejection into the new low. Of course, take a PT here as well, right? New lows, always nice PTs. So that's what I would look for on this one. Now, let's say though that they do start achieving it, preferably above 15.2. I wouldn't really immediately look for longs. What I would look for on Doge is I would look for them to come back down all the way up here, come back to the previous failure, mingle here a little bit like they did over there, and then go for the new high. And this would be my trade, this one. Other than that, I wouldn't be too interested into it. Now, if you're in a long on Doge, some nice PT zones would be this one, and then of course this one as well. The main reason you want those PT zones is you don't really, well, they have these very big expansions sometimes. For that reason, you do want to front run, in my opinion. Maybe they do go for the new highs in order to trick the shorts, but these would be my PT zones, and I would wait for them to achieve and then hold and pump. Of course, always take a PT before you make a new high, and then the next one would be there, in my opinion. So if they fail here below 14.6s, look for them to come back down all the way to 12.6. And then on the higher time frame scheme of things, you're of course still looking for them to go down all the way to there. So let's see how that goes, and we will see. So that's it for this forecast. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next week.
That's it for today's video, guys. If you liked it, please make sure to give us a thumbs up. And if you want to get free coaching from one of our top traders, please make sure to check out our Trader 10 supporters page on how to get this free coaching. Thank you very much, and see you later.